In the restroom, I handed Su Xiaoran a sanitary napkin from my bag. You can use your school uniform jacket to cover yourself. I brought spare sweatpants. If you don't mind, you can borrow them. My tone was a little hesitant. After all, in the past, every time I offered help to others, I always received no good reward. But this time, things seemed different. Su Xiaoran gave me a deep look, a hint of confusion in his eyes. Why did I always think you were a difficult person to get along with? He scratched his head. Strange, you clearly have a great personality. The explanation was too complicated, so I just smiled and turned to leave. But Su Xiaoran called me back. Are you going to the cafeteria too? I turned around and received the first friendly smile I'd ever received since entering high school. Let's eat together. That's how I first integrated into the group. After the exams, during the routine grading time, my classmates discussed going out for barbecue to relax. I went too. When Fu Riyue arrived, she found me sitting next to Su Xiaoran, chatting and laughing with several girls. Her pupils dilated slightly. I'd never had any friends before. I was always withdrawn. My charming personality only serves to highlight his irresistible charm. But right now I'm with everyone, grilling chicken wings and drinking cola, and I don't look like a loner at all. Ru Xing and Fu Riyue looked at me, frowning. Why are you eating barbecue here too? Before I could answer, Su Xiaoran looked up, a suspicious expression on her face. This is a class activity. Isn't Ru Xing our classmate? Fu Riyue's expression stiffened for a moment, then she smiled softly. It's not that I don't want him to participate. You all know Ru Xing's grades aren't good. He should be studying hard at home, not participating in activities here. As his older sister, I'm only doing this for his own good. Fu Riyue was about to say something more when a girl next to her suddenly spoke up. Hey Riyue, have you gained weight? Her comment made everyone. All eyes immediately turned to Fu Riyue. Even after the system disappeared, Fu Riyue continued her previous eating habits, indulging in gluttony. Before, everyone wore loose school uniforms, so it wasn't obvious, but now that she was in her own clothes, everyone could clearly see that Fu Riyue's waist and abdomen had several rolls of fat bulging out. Fu Riyue was shocked. She no longer cared about why her popularity had suddenly increased. She was focused on her waist. Impossible, she murmured. I can't be. The weight gain is the fault of this dress. At the same time, the girl who had spoken first looked at me again. Ruxing has lost a lot of weight. Fu Riyue suddenly looked up, staring at me in disbelief. I have indeed lost weight. I've been running every morning, plus a regular, light diet. A little over a month of dieting has already brought about noticeable changes. After the thick layer of fat disappeared, my jawline became smaller, my nose bridge became higher, my eyes appeared much larger, and even my double eyelids seemed more defined. There were whispers around me, people saying they'd never realized Ru Xing was so beautiful. Actually, she and Ryu were twins. Ryu is the school beauty, so Ru Xing couldn't possibly be any less beautiful. I noticed that Ru Xing's features were even more delicate than Ryu's. Sigh, if she completely succeeded in losing weight, she should be the school beauty. Besides Fu Ryu staring intently at me, there was another burning gaze fixed on me from the side. He stared at me blankly, his eyes seeming to be filled with mist. One day, Fu Ryu went home early while Gu Jiaxu. He stopped me after the barbecue ended. His throat seemed a little dry. About what happened before. I'm sorry. I really wanted to tell Gu Jiaxu not to block my way. I was in a hurry to get back to my studies. But then I pictured Fu Ryu at home, swooning over Gu Jiaxu's picture, and an uncontrollable malice welled up inside me. I gave Gu Jiaxu a gentle smile and said, it's okay, isn't it? When I got home, Fu Ryu was going crazy over the system. How could this be? Why did I gain weight? Why did Fu Ruxin lose weight and even make friends? Oh, my sister, just noticing these things has already caused you so much pain? Then if you knew that just now, the Gu Jiaxu you so deeply admired no longer hated me, your simp fiancé, and even sent me a message saying let's go. An invitation to a movie. How badly would you break down? But I didn't want Fu Riyue to go crazy too soon, so I waited calmly outside. After she finished talking to the system seemed hesitant. There might be some malfunctions recently. We're currently troubleshooting. Fu Riyue screamed. Appearance and popularity are one thing, but surely there's no problem with her studies? Actually, the system probably wanted to tell Fu Riyue that there was a problem, but it remembered its promise to me. To avoid being exposed, the poor system could only awkwardly babble and try to smooth things over, saying, we haven't found any problems yet. Fu Riyue kept it to herself. That's good. As long as the grades are good, everything else can be dealt with after the college entrance exam. Soon, the day for the big exam results arrive. The teacher walked into the classroom, a smile on his face. This time, the top student in the city is still from our class. All eyes were on Fu Riyue. Fu Riyue leaned back leisurely in her chair, tapping her nails, waiting for her name to be called. Let's give a round of applause to the first place winner, Su Xiaoran. Fu Riyue was stunned. Su Xiaoran's eyes widened in surprise. I sat next to him and applauded enthusiastically. I knew Su Xiaoran's family background was difficult. His mother remarried, and his stepfather was a notorious scoundrel. He earned his tuition by writing while studying diligently. His current achievements were entirely due to his own hard work. Everyone who works hard deserves applause. Another student in our class made significant progress this time, Fu Ruxin. When I heard my name called, I was a little stunned. Although I had a feeling my results would likely be good, I still didn't dare to have too many expectations. I'd grown accustomed to setbacks, to disappointment, to a lack of reward. The teacher looked at me, holding up the rankings. In this major exam, Fu Fu Ruxin had jumped from over 1000th in the grade to 36th. What did I tell you? Never give up, never surrender. Hard work can create miracles. Let's all applaud Fu Ruxin for creating this miracle. The applause thundered, even more enthusiastic than the one for Su Xiaoran. Su Xiaoran laughed and shook me. Hey, why are you crying? I don't want to cry. So I bit my lip, but my eyes still welled up with tears. 12 years of setbacks and disappointment were finally over. I created a miracle through hard work. In the enthusiastic atmosphere, Fu Ruxin trembled, his lips shaking. He couldn't believe it was impossible. Fu Ruxin couldn't possibly have done this well. He's the kind of person who gets more unfortunate the harder he tries. He must have cheated. I turned to look at her, seemingly lowering my voice, but everyone could hear me. Ruxin, I said, I also want you to get good grades, but on one condition. Her beautiful lips parted, uttering 8 words with ulterior motives. These good grades are real. The surroundings suddenly fell silent. Even the teacher on the podium heard it. Her face darkened. Fu Riyue, are you saying Fu Ruxin is suspected of cheating? Fu Riyue sat in her seat, head down, seemingly struggling for a long time. Finally, she looked up at me, tears welling up in her eyes. Ruxin, I'm your sister. I can't watch you go astray. Su Xiaoran stood up first. Fu Riyue, if you say your sister cheated, then show me the evidence. What kind of riddle is this? Fu Riyue felt wronged. So many days had passed since the exams ended. What evidence could she possibly have? Suddenly, a figure in the back row stood up. It was teacher Gu Jiaxiu. He spoke in a deep voice. Everyone thought that Gu Jiaxiu was going to speak up for Fu Riyue. After all, everyone knew that Fu Riyue was his unattainable white moonlight goddess, while I was the simp he despised. Fu Riyue thought so too. She looked at Gu Jiaxiu with teary eyes and whispered, Jiaxiu, I remember the exam room location. You sat behind my sister. If you saw anything, you can handle it. Gu Jiaxiu glanced at Fu Riyue, then looked at the teacher seriously. Yes, I sat behind Fu Ruxin. I didn't see any cheating. If the teacher doesn't believe me, you can remove the surveillance footage. Fu Riyue's his eyes widened suddenly. Before he could say anything, the teacher's disappointed voice rang out from the podium. Fu Riyue, has something wrong with your performance lately? Do you know how many places you dropped in this exam? A full 600 places. With a thud, Fu Riyue fell directly off her chair.
The most exciting content is in the next video. Please skip to watch it.